What's up, guys? Dan Man back, and we are jumping back into some Honor Duel. I got 4 more artifacts that I'm looking to grab a video of that I am fairly consistent with getting 9 wins. Let's see. Sure, my spreadsheet's up. Okay. Yep, hoping I can pull Breeze Rider. There it is. Okay. Now, with Breeze Rider, I wanted to play something different than Maulers. I mean, Maulers are okay. They're not the best anyways. It actually is GraveBorn. Okay. GraveBorn. Or Wilders, if I can actually pull out some of those from the random pulls. But yeah, let's give it a shot. So, Breeze Rider. It's definitely one of the artifacts. Top of the tier list. Marking it down as an S+ right off the bat. This season, it's pretty consistent. Yeah, let's give it a go. So we are looking for GraveBorns, and as a secondary, we're looking for Wilders. This is going to depend on what we pull out of our first 3 random packs. So if you've followed along with my guides before, I'm very famous with the Econ strat, where right off the bat, very first store, you're going to buy 1 or 2 of the random packs. In this season, not every shop will have 2. Sometimes you only have 1. If you have 1, just to give you the example, you buy 1, you look at the items, you see if you think you're going to need any of those items, you lock it, and then you roll once. So then on that second shop, you're going to buy your 2 random packs. Either way, your first 2 shops, you're going to buy 3 random packs. This gives you your options to what you're going to be playing. And I can tell you that right off the bat, we will be playing GraveBorn this game. Although we do have... Damien's useless, so we do have a Wilder. But it is looking like GraveBorn. So, that being said, taking a look at the GraveBorns, I want to give you a rundown of expectation before we even jump into it. That the best 5 that we will be looking for with Breeze Rider will be Carolina, Igor, Ludovic, Savina, and Viperian. With the 2 heroes being Thorin and Salazar that you can use as replacements for arguably Viperian or Ludovic. But I want you to ignore everything that I just said. I want you to ignore every single thing that I just said. The best team that we are rooting for is Carolina, Igor, Ludovic, Savina, and Viperian. Now, that being said, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Taking a look at these items, I don't really need this light armor ever. I'm not a big fan of really ever starting out with a light armor. I might grab a leaf over anything, but definitely not that. And as far as the bow, no one's ever going to use that in a GraveBorn comp. So, well, Carolina, arguably, but not. It's a waste of honor badge. Alright, let's roll. Need our second pack, need our third pack, rather. And nobody. That's fine. So, no items to lock. We still haven't picked up a GraveBorn pack yet to lock. We know who we're playing, and if you've watched my other videos too, I am pretty big on wanting to save trial cards, or at least explore them. They can make the difference between some wins sometimes. That being said, I am missing a lot of my core units for this GraveBorn comp. So this Brutus as a consideration, I'm not going to lock this Brutus. It's not going to fit into this team comp well enough. I already have a Brutus. Light armor's not really exciting me. So yeah, let's play it out. remember, part of the econ strat, you play your team that you're predominantly focused on. We are focused on GraveBorn. So for the very first game, we'll be using all of our GraveBorn heroes. Anyone that is a GraveBorn, we will be using them to get the faction buff as high as we can get. And since we're playing Breeze Rider, we want to stall things out, basically. So we build it out how we're going to stall it out. Cecia's not too famous, not too great here. She's actually better than the Salazar and Thorn pick. That's why when I was saying ignore everything that I was saying in the previous intro, Cecia kind of takes the lead over Thorn and Salazar. But by the end of this video, I'll give a more infographic on best heroes to play, best heroes to pick. Essentially, you want to go for the core team that I had mentioned, though, which I will go over again and again and again and again during this video, I'm sure. Carolina, Igor, Ludovic, Sylvina, Viperian. So right off the bat, looking strong. Easy win. These first few stages, first few rounds are usually the easiest pieces of cake ever, which gives you time to build up your team. Especially using this econ strat, Breeze Rider is a top tier artifact for sure. Okay, so you did not get a GraveBorn pack of 3, but we did get Sylvina. So we know Sylvina is one of our core. We're going to just straight up buy those 2. Now the ring we are going to put on. Our choices here would be either Carolina or Ludovic. So we will grab that ring for Ludovic. I'm not going to roll the shop with the 3 because we're only on shop level 2. But going back to our econ strat method, now this second fight we are expected to lose. We're not forcefully trying to lose it. We're still going to give our best effort, but what we're going to be playing is any hero that still has an honor badge attached so that we can reset that honor badge income. This is the econ strat. So, who is this coin going on? It's looking like I can either throw it on Corin, might throw it on also. Considering we have more Maulers, well, let's just throw it on also. Again, you're kind of throwing this second match, not on purpose, you want to kind of give it your best fighting chance with the team that you're given here. But if you lose it, it's not the end of the world. It's still very easy to reach 9 wins. You're just doing this for economy's sake. So, looking like, I'm trying to think here, 3-2. I could end up playing the Wilders, although I was leaning more towards Corin. Damien is really bad this season. It's not efficient. But depending on... So it is a Golden Blooms. It's not a terrible artifact, not great. Let's throw our hero out there. What I'm debating between is either the Lily May Damien or the Temisia Corin. Let's see who he plays. So we are going against Maulers, right? So given the fact that we're playing against Maulers, you know that Light Bearers are stronger against Maulers. Therefore, it makes the decision easy for us. We want to play our strongest here, strongest chance to win. We got Corrin and Tamisha. Alright, here we go. For positioning, I like this setup. Tamisha can run over the fence as it is. Here we go. Again, if we lose this, not the end of the world. We stand a decent chance. He's got a very strong team, though. He's got a very strong lineup. Breeze Rider doing its work. 2 more procs. 1 more nice one. Oof. Took out Shakir. Okay. Feeling good, looking good. This should be a win, despite the fact that Entendre is going to hold this out. Easy peasy. Alright, so back to our GraveBorn meta. What we are going to do is take that ring, put it back onto a GraveBorn hero that needs it, which will be Ludovic. Now, the only other GraveBorn that I said that might need a ring is Cessia. And I do have a Cessia that I'm running with. So because of that, 1, 2, 3, 4... still need a GraveBorn. I am going to pick up this ring. What works nice about the ring in Breeze Rider is it stacks up more energy so that your initial burst is going to be huge. And that's what works nice. Cessia really, like, she's not great with Breeze Rider. That's... well, eventually we are going to dump her, but rings in general are not a bad idea to purchase, especially in the early stages. Alright, so we're going to give this a roll here, nothing else showing for us. We have 65, so we are going to be a little reserved on what we're picking up here. Now, this dagger, again going back to items. Very selective with what I'm going to use for items here on as best in slot. Like, Igor needs his Bone Amulet, obviously. Carolina, Mask of Fury. Ludovic, Deer's Blessing, and or a Gaze of Power. But really, Deer Blessing is key. Crimson Abyss, actually, I'd take over the Gaze of Power on Ludovic. Sylvina, also looking for a Mask of Fury. Viperian, Mask of Fury. So, you really want Mask of Furies this game. But that being said, damage is nice to get. We'll pick up one of these for Sylvina to have some early added damage boost. And nothing else is showing here, so we're going to give it a roll. Alright, back to GraveBorns in my mind. Nothing is happening on this shop. We're at 52. Again, I don't like rolling on store 2, so I'm saying that we're going to roll this down to 33 at the most, and then leave it there for the following shop. But we might even stop before that, depending on how things are getting set up. Nothing here. I'm not going to buy that other dagger. Really no one is core benefiting from it. Need a GraveBorn. Need a nice GraveBorn. I am not picking up this extra Thorn. Thorn is not really what we want. It'd be a waste of honor badge, to be honest. Alright, there we go with Viperian. So we did get Viperian, nice. At least we have our 5-man team. Again, ring. It's just Ludovic. Breeze Rider. Could throw it onto Viperian for now. And this is kind of a specific, artifact-specific itemization is rings are broken for this item, for this artifact. Like, the only time that I would even ever consider doing this, buying the extra rings, is when you have this artifact. Like, they're nice to throw on anyone. It gives them the extra energy to be able to do that extra initial burst of true damage. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We got that extra ring for Vaporeon. Now we can hunker down. We're not going to roll. We're going to save that 18 for the next shop. We are going back now to our GraveBorn comp, and in the following shop we will be selling anyone that we're not using. So those will be the extra honor badge that we have coming in for income. Alright, that being said, let's take a look at our GraveBorns and only GraveBorns. For positioning, you can pick either side, right or left. The key is to kind of put your tanks out front. Ludovic right in the middle with these heals. And we're going to drop Salazar for early game pressure. Keeping Thorn out there for this Breeze Rider actually makes more sense. And these are the three that we're going to be playing around. Throw Vaporeon back here. So basically you want to keep Vaporeon and Cecia near your Ludovic for the extra heals. Alright, so we are mirror matched on this side of the map. Okay. Hopefully we can stun this Henman. I'm sure he's going to put someone behind him. We are playing into a Flame Orb, which is tricky. Kind of glad that I picked up Lily May. So that instant ult there on that Lily May messed me up. Good burn, though, by the Breeze Rider. Took care of things right away. See, that's the rings. The power of those 3 rings. That first Breeze Rider nuked them. Nuked. You want to watch that replay, like, just click back and watch how much damage was done in that first ult. Oof. So much so that I might even consider picking up this ring. So this shop, we are selling everything that we're not using. First selling all the factions that we're definitely not using. Now, we know that we're not using Salazar over Thorn. And this is what we got to work with. We are still looking for the other core units of this team. That being said, let's grab this Peck. Alright, got Igor. We know that we're using him. Now, we're not going to sell this Salazar yet, because we're going to wait until he gets a coin on him. Picking up this Ludovic, and we are picking up that last ring. So this play, we are waiting for Igor. Essentially, yeah, we're using this comp here. We'll be getting rid of Thorin and Salazar on this next sell. Wizard's Mask, we do not use. Just keeping an eye on something. Alright. We are at level 3 shop, so we can roll down a little bit now. I don't mind rolling down to 15 at the most. We did pick up another pack, very nice. Awesome, so we got Ludovic up. Light of Unity, Sharp Bow. Have to keep looking at these items. Hunting Armor, or... Really, that's it. Some legendary items that I could wait for. Dark Moon Pendant on Vaporeon kind of works sometimes. Ludovic. Shadow Dagger for Savina. Okay. Alright. Back to the shop. Nothing here. Again, you always want to consider your trial cards. Walker, being a legendary, increasing crit and critical damage. Not really fitting into what we need. Definitely not for Breeze Rider. Alright, next. Okay, Forest Guardian. Artifact experience. There's Carolina. And we got a trial card Coco with the Deer's Blessing. So, I'm going to go over this Coco in a second here. We are 100% picking up this Carolina. Now, we have 12 honor badge to be able to buy this Deer's Blessing if we're considering it. We know for a fact that we're using Ludovic, Sabina, Carolina, Igor, and Viperian. Now Ceci is going to be up for removal. So next turn we'll be removing these three. We're actually going to move that ring now over from Cecia to Carolina. So the ones with items that you see, that's who we're going to be playing. Now the question is, for this trial card, who is the weakest link out of the people that we're using? To be completely fair, I would almost say Savina. Or, excuse me, not Savina, Viperian. It's leaning more towards Viperian. We know that his HP is going to be going down. We know that he doesn't sap that much energy, not as much as compared to the others. Not only that, we're going to need more survivability. She's going to increase haste. This is a situation where going for an off-faction trial card actually makes sense. The person we would be replacing would be Viperian. I would actually give the ring to Savina so that the rings are being played for this initial Breeze Rider boost. Now, it is nice to have the extra heal. She also grants the extra haste. That's the main key here. So we are grabbing this Coco. It's an off faction. You won't see me do this often. But because we're not that ranked up yet, it's nice to have the extra legendary. It's nice to get the extra item. Like this Deer Blessing is pretty huge. She's not healing. There is no ultimate. So it's she's going to feed herself and recover some HP. Inflict debuffs and increase haste. Okay. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. Coco is a solid choice here. Viperian definitely is the hat to drop. Now, if you're wondering why, it's because they're at this tier level. Like when they're at epics, you look for who is really the best for early game, who's the best for late game. Viperian scales hard, so he's not fantastic early. I'm going to opt to drop them like this, with Savina and Coco going down second. Now, this was perfect because I can drop him to stun there. And Coco, I really want him just kind of out of the way. I feel like we are going to see his Sylvina possibly target our Carolina. So Crystal Cell, the biggest thing here that we're banking on is our rings. The rings with Breeze Rider, this initial burst is going to sell the whole game. So I want to see him drop quick. It's not going to help against Igor, but Okay, no Sylvina. Let's watch this first burst. Not enough. Okay, good. Second burst got Ludovic, and that's really all I was worried about. Third burst, solid. Fourth burst and fifth burst. Oof, okay. Not enough between Igor. Igor needs to take these two out and fast. It's one. Not happening. Looks like Thorin actually got the drop on us. One more jump. Yeah, that's it. Alright, that was a rough one. Started out nice. The middle bear was really not where we needed though. Okay, so selling what we don't need again. Going back through this. We are selling Thorin. We are selling Salazar. And we are selling Cessia. This is our core team. We have our core units. Going for pack. We end up getting that. That's not bad. We're going to grab him. Now, with a Breeze Rider, like picking up this helmet actually is not terrible. It's not terrible. It's just not great. What I'm debating on is, I didn't sell the Thorn. Oh, I picked up the Thorn from the pack. So we're going to save that Thorn to sell him next turn. We are going to give Sylvina back her dagger. So we're going to sell Thorn next turn to be able to have that extra income. I can roll one more time, but I'm still debating between this helmet. It's nice to have defensive items for the Breeze Rider, because Breeze Rider does not care about anything other than your team attack. This is damage dealt, so it's not actually reducing your attack percentage, it's reducing your output of damage. That being said, the only thing I would get rid of and use that on would be Igor. But Igor would be nice to keep the damage on for the burn. Hyperion needs the damage. She needs the damage. Everyone else has got the rings. So I think we are going to just pass on this helmet. And I'm going to give it a roll once, maybe twice. We'll go down to 15. Nice. Lock the pack. We're going to lock the Ludovic. We're not going to pick it up. We did get a Night Raven. Night Raven on this comp. No one needs. Gale Glorifier, no one needs. Okay. So, I'm not going to buy him yet. I'm going to save these 19 now, because at least I have something locked in the shop for next turn. Because if we can pick out one more Ludovic, then it's worth buying him. But I might get a double in the store, so we're going to save those honor badge. Alright, here we go. Okay, frontline is usually always, you're going to always see me put Igor down. Realistically, this is always going to be the starting comp. Maulers. So Maulers are tricky, and they're running an Immortal Flame, which is even trickier. We want to stun. It's really a toss-up between Nicola, or Alsa. And right now I'm leaning towards this Mikola. Although we want to stun this also. The more procs that she gets for her ultimate, the more Immortal Flame's going to proc. So that's what you want to do. You want to focus also against an Immortal Flame artifact. Let's hope our burst does something. It does have a Coco with a ring. Kill that also. Good. Kill that Coco. There goes the Coco ult. Okay, Coco ult has them a little susceptible for the next few bursts. It'll be the third one that's more effective. Good. Yes, GG. Solid. Okay, back to this. Alright, and we did pick up a Sylvina. So, Knight Apostle, Wizard's Mask, neither of them are relevant. We are going to buy this pack. We did pick up a Sylvina. The other two are major wastes. I can sell this Thorn now and actually get that extra coin back. CCO will hold for one turn to sell. Now, these two, because we have 87 honor badge and because it's so early kind of still, we're not going to see doubles yet. It is safe to buy both of them. Now just one more copy and we got a Mythics. We are really falling behind though on our team comp here. Nice. Ludovic's there. We do have our pack as well. So we are going to buy our pack. The artifact experience, which is really big for Breeze Rider, we want to lock. We'll buy that next turn. Ugh. Okay. These Thorns I should have held. It's okay. So now what we're going to do, we do have 6 honor badge and we are on store 4. So we can roll here. Try and see if we can get a purple item that we can actually use. See if we can get more copies here. And perfect. Okay, we got that. Dark Moon Pendant. I have used it. It's not going to work here with the Breeze Rider, unfortunately. Okay, rolling one more time. Nice. Okay, good. So we're set up nice for next turn. There's a Deer's Blessing. Deer's Blessing I use on Ludovic. And only Ludovic. But it will work nice on Ludovic, so that's a good item for him next turn. So nice. We got our artifact experience, we got 2 upgrades, and a Deer Blessing next turn. We gotta hope that this turn works in our favor. The only upgrade we really managed to get was the Ludovic. So not much equity here in this turn. And it is against a Crimson Gem. That's another top tier artifact. Depending on who he's running, but let's play it out. Same team, same map, same setup. GraveBorn Crimson Gem. Not the end of the world. We want this to target that Cessia. We're going to keep you over here just so that you can get the Ludovic heal. Alright. Again, we're hoping for this nuclear burst with these 4 rings. He's got his own Ludovic. Oof, that hurt. That hurt big time. Good, thank God. The second burst was nice. We're still not out of the gate yet, though. Okay, Thorn took out our Ludovic. Worried about that Thorn ult. I'm going to be worried about this next one, too. Well, there goes Sabina. Yep. Tough stuff, tough stuff. Just going to get one more Thorn ult. Oh, now he's geared right towards my people. Wow. Okay, good. That was a close one. 4 more trophies to go. We can get it. Let's get it. Already reached 5. See, that's 5 with 2 apples. So I mean by the consistency of this. And very nice, we got a bone inlet. So it's looking like, wow, we got so much stuff we want here. Let's make sure the budget calls for it. And GG, we got every single thing we wanted, including that artifact experience. Oh, we don't need that now, thank God. Let's spot it. Okay, we don't need the artifact experience now, because these guys all leveled up. Dear Blessing on Ludovic. And now we can sell Cessia and Thorn. Okay, now, that being said, we are losing our ring bonus. Is the ring bonus more worth than the dagger? To be completely honest, yes. In this comp, it is. That's increasing 30% damage just done by Sylvina. The ring is going to be increasing her true damage that she deals as a whole for from the entire team from the burst between the team attack. So it will make more sense to keep the rings in play. We did get some nice purple items. And this pack I will lock for next turn. Now, Abyssal Mask. An Insight Pendant. Arguably no one's going to want that. So we are going to just hold off on that. And I am going to roll this down to 15 honor badge. See if we can pick up another Sylvina, that'd be nice. Oh, look at that. Ask and you shall receive. Alright. Now locking that Igor, locking that Hyperion, and these items, Gaze, Store Helmet, and the Heavy Hitter we do not need. Carolina falling behind. Okay. New map. New setup. Looking like we put Ludovic here, and we're going to put our stronger of the two right behind Ludovic. Carolina is actually going to sit right behind Igor, and then Sylvina I can position to pick off. Perfect. I like the fact that they're on the other side of the map. Now, we want to CC as often and as much as we can on this also. Kind of the same game plan against Maulers. He is running a Fragrant Bag, so we want to pop that. We want to kill one of them as fast as possible. And locking down that also will hopefully do the trick. Here we go. Our burst is not going to be as big. We're -1 ring. Still should do pretty decent damage. Nice. Pop the Fragrant Bag pretty quick. Killed 2. Killed 3. Killed 4. Easy game. That would be Breeze Rider for you. The more we rank these up, the higher our damage gets. Things go well. Alright. Cleric Specimen. That's not terrible to get on Hyperion. It's not really commonly used, but it's definitely not terrible to get. What I am going to pick up is this pack. Nice. Got a couple of Hyperion, got my Carolina. We are going, now that we're at shop 4, like 4 and 5, this is when you really start to see doubles, so we're going to hold on to both of these and just roll the shop. Because at this point we're looking for best in slot items. Really just Mask of Furies, right? Yeah, Mask of Furies. Grandmaster Crowns would be nice to pick up at this point. Yeah, that's where we're at. Or we can get some doubles. Okay, so I got a double here of Igor. Pick that up. So now we need either the double of the Viperian or the double of the Igor. Sleeping Reverie and Starlight. Starlight increase target damage by 20%. It's not working here with this comp. Kind of works with her, but not to where I'm going to be buying it. Just want to trying to make notes as we go. Okay. Yeah. Still going to keep a look. We're going to roll this all the way down, literally to broke, looking for more copies and potentially more items, but depending on what we look at. Alright, got another pack. And we got a hunting armor. Okay, so hunting armor I can buy. And the hunting armor I would like to put on Viperian, I believe. This artifact makes things a little tricky. Because you really want the burst. And I mean, we got the burst with these rings. So the only other option between the rings would be damage. That's actually lessening our damage if we get this hunting armor, but do we need the survivability? Yes and no. Colorful exoplanet, useless. There is a world where you could get 5 Bright Greaves, and it's actually efficient with Breeze Rider. However, I think I favor copies more than anything at this point. 3 more trophies, 2 more apples. We definitely favor copies over trophies. And 1 more fight, and then we're going to be up to the next apple. It's like 7, 8. I mean, the next shop, excuse me. So, the only debate here is, do we grab this hunting armor? Do we lock it? Do we keep rolling? I think we're going to ignore the hunting armor because the rings are just too effective with this team attack. We're going to roll nothing new. Deer Blessing not helping anymore. Light of Unity, Endurance Ring, or Night Raven. Nope. Rolling again. Nice. Picked up my Mythic Viperian. Okay. So next turn, Mythic Viperian. We are going to roll, I believe. Yeah, rolling. Another Bone Amulet. Missile Mask. Exoplanet. Bone Amulet, again, at this point, like, that's really the only person that wanted it was Igor. I could... No, rings again are kind of keeping the pace. Another roll, last roll. Carolina. Ooh, so Sword of Justice. This is pretty nice for Sylvina. It's nice for Sylvina, it's nice for Viperian as well. Because this increases the attack. So team attack is really what we want to pump. So we will be buying that next turn for sure. Okay, solid play. Now, discussion of trial cards. This would break our faction bonus, however, that's not really the important factor here. Grants all allies shield that can resist 100% damage for 5 seconds when battle starts. That's pretty big. This is not something to just shake off. He is a mythic, so he's going to have his own stats. Light bearers do pull in heavy energy. I think the big question is, am I worried about... I am going to lock this, because this could help against a few different burst comps that I'm worried about, like Power Catalyst, a different GraveBorn comp that's going to nuke me down right away, like another Fragrant Bag, or all around, this is a trial card worth keeping. I know that the very first trial card we used lost us an apple, but this is one that's worth keeping, to where I would sacrifice like not using Carolina, although she will be ranked up. I believe she would be the play. 666. Yeah, Carolina would be... What happened? Actually, it would maybe be Viperian still. Okay. Unless I get him to Mythic. If I get Viperian to Mythic, then it would be Viperian. If I don't get him to Mythic, well, I am getting him to Mythic. So it would be Carolina. Carolina would be who we sub out. We'll use a Lucius in the event that we need him. But that's a very... we'll catch that bridge when we get there. It's good to have, though. It's definitely good to have. That's why I said these trial cards are... It's part of the meta. Like, you really need to hold on to what you can use. Like right now, let's see. What are we versing? Who are we versing? Proud Greaves. So, see, there's no one here that I know I'm going to need that Lucius for. So that's kind of worked out for this run. Positioning, I really don't want her dying right away. Of course, she gets targeted. Lucius, solid choice. And him targeting that would be fine too. Okay. This is the best I can see us having. Vala scares me, looking at Carolina. Let's go for this first ult burst. There we go, we got one down. Vala good. Easy game. Vala was the only one I was really worried about. Two more trophies to go. Alright, now. Viperian, 100%. Getting him Mythic. Carolina, 100%. We're leveling her up. This item, 100%, is going on our Slovenia. Keeping in mind that that does lose a ring. Now, the pack, we only need 2 more heroes, right? So there are 3 or 4 other heroes that we know that is going to really counter us in opening that pack. What is happening? Why did that just reset? It's weird. Yeah, so we know that we're going to end up pulling a Cecia, Nero, Salazar, Thorin. So we have actually 4 heroes that we don't want. And 2 heroes that we want. So it's not worth pulling the packs anymore at all. So the pack we can let go. Lucius, being 22. You kind of heard my mindset behind it. I feel like he is worth holding on to. He is worth holding on to. We don't. You can still hold him and not play him, but I think very much so he's worth picking up. We run into a major burst problem comp. So that item alone is really his item alone. Granting all shields that can resist 100% damage for 5 seconds when a battle starts. There's just too many major burst comps that can kill you within 5 seconds and really throw the whole game off. These items here, Crown of Devotion, Instructor, nothing useful. We will lock the Carolina, and we will continue to roll. I want to see what they have. EQ. First real EQ item. Now, we know that we only have these two with purple items, but you need at least a third to benefit from it. I'm really looking for the crown, Grandmaster's crown, if anything, because we're reaching mythics. We have 2 apples left, 2 trophies left. This will increase the base stats for these 2 guys, and 1/3, which would most likely I'd put that on Viperian. So, you know what, we'll hold it, because there's a chance we pull a second EQ item. And we get Earth Splitter. Not useful. Dark Vestment, not useful here. Nothing else rolling. Nothing else. At this point, we're only looking for off-faction mythics, so that's not a trial card I'd use. And we did get a second EQ item. And we did lock a single Igor. Okay. We are going to roll this last shop to see if we get anything spectacular. We did not. Robus Cemetery. The only thing I actually have seen this really work well on is Igor, but we need Mythic Igor. It's just not worth it. So this is what we got to work with. Next shop, we'll be picking up these 2 EQ items, getting rid of our rings, and that will have our team's attack just boosted in general. Feeling good about it. Would like to see another Igor or a double copy. Okay. This map with placements. So we're playing Bone Scroll. So Bone Scroll can't nuke us down. But they can hurt us. This can stop damage for 5 seconds, where if we nuke them down enough to burst their bubbles, this is somewhere where I could use Lucius effectively. So that is something to consider. Hyperion. So the placements in play would be this, because what I'm considering would mean Sylvina and Igor would be my second play. I'm only considering dropping Carolina. I will show you kind of the effectiveness of this trial card. Now, Igor, he's not blocking anybody. I know he's going to pop an Alsa. I'm hoping / thinking he will. Realistically, I don't entirely worry about that Sorin as much as I do that. Okay, feeling good about this. At least I can block damage, like I said, from the beginning of the match. Gotta burn down this Mikola as fast as possible. Maybe catch an Alsa. No, Alsa's on the side. Oof, Alsa's already got a legendary item. This is going to be a hard one. Thank God I actually used that. Nice. Got Mikola right out of there. Popped 2 ults. 2 shields. Awesome. See, Lucius was a major factor here because he kept us alive and kept health up while we were able to burst down their shields. So that was a good counter to Bone Scroll. Solid play. Okay, back to this scenario. Picking up these EQ items. One for Viperian, one for Carolina. Now, realistically, the only thing we are looking for is, I mean, I would use another Sword of Justice if we get one. But realistically, I'd love to see copies or a Grandmaster Crown. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Gaze of Power doesn't work for what we need it for. Okay, here we go. Argumentatively, he's not going to be able to move his heal around, so it's not as effective. It's still effective, but not as effective. To where I think this crown is going to be helping more for the overall team damage. There we go, we are using the crown. Okay. Ooh, Rainier. Alright, so I haven't seen a Hypo Celestial and Trial card in a while. Rainier has Pure Glow, increasing healing by 30 and dispels debuffs for the carrier and allies within 2 tiles every 8 seconds. Not that great, not that bad. I will say that it is worth keeping. Now, we are on the last trophy, so we probably won't even need it, but it's worth keeping to see if we do. Arbiter Blade, not needed here. That's too late into the battle. Alright, still rolling. Still nothing. Still rolling, still nothing. Still rolling, still nothing. And last one, still nothing. Alright. I have to check out the Guild Supremacy after this. Alright, this is the team. Is this the 9-win team? I think it is, honestly. You really don't need much more than this. Oh, I see, this could have been the team that I used Lucius for. That's what I was worried about. Am I going to get a burst comp to go as my last team? And it's a Pale Crown. This is the only team that still keeps Sabina at the top of the tier list. Well, let's do our best. One good thing that I have is the advantage to stun her, his Sylvina, if my character can line up with his. And he does have Lack of Haste with Mask of Fury, so he's either going to wipe me in quick, or I can stun this long enough. Burn him down, burn him down, burn him down. Perfect. GG. Should be a win. Take out Sabina, this comp really dies. Easy peasy breeze rider, breezy, easy peasy breezy. 9-win Breeze Rider. Breeze Rider. That's the team. That's the lineup. Pretty much any GraveBorn comp that you're going to run, these are the main units that you'll be focusing on, and that's for every artifact. Like if you're using an artifact with GraveBorns, this is the team that you're going to be looking for. You're always going to be running this lineup. Items will obviously change depending on the artifact. These items were very specific. This item run was very specific to Breeze Rider, whereas, you know, other matches, there's definitely best items in slot. So keep that in mind. This is really a Breeze Rider guide, as well as just showcasing GraveBorns as a whole for 9 wins. But yeah, guys, it's been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, stay tuned. I'm still going to be putting out a Lightbearer 9-win detailed comp guide, as well as a Wilder 9-win detailed comp guide. And still got the tier list to look forward to. Still have the tier list for the artifacts and the tier list for the heroes, as well as the comps themselves. So yeah, got still a lot to record and go through. I've made a lot of videos. I gotta like cut and paste and kind of piece some things together. For the tier list, I'm gonna try and really make that one as detailed and thorough as possible with some clips. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a fun one. I wish you guys all the best of luck. Please like and subscribe. We are working on building up the channel. Guys, it's been fun. Thank you. See you on the next one.